The reason why the seal of the government is kept at the Attorney General, any government transaction, the opinion of the Attorney General is mandatory.
In mid-2024, a quiet but seismic shift shook the foundation of Kenya's governance. President William Ruto signed a law moving the custody of the public seal, a symbol of state authority, from the Attorney General's office to the office of the head of public service. This move has sparked fierce debate, with critics calling it a power grab and a threat to democracy. So what's really going on?
And there is no borrowing from external forces. There can never be commitment of any international treaty. There can never be any commitment of government in any manner without the opinion of the Attorney General.
The public seal isn't just a stamp. It's the key to authenticating Kenya's most critical government documents, from treaties to executive orders. For decades, it's been under the Attorney General's custody, ensuring legal oversight. But in 2024, a law discreetly passed under President Ruto's watch changed that, handing the seal to Felix Koskei, the head of public service. Why does this matter? Because it's raising alarms about accountability, constitutional violations, and the future of Kenya's democracy.
This is an attempt to overrun the state apparatus and kill institutions that are there.
The public seal is a national symbol used to validate official documents like international agreements, presidential appointments, and key legislations. As per Article 156 sub-Article 4A of the Kenyan Constitution, the Attorney General, as the government's chief legal advisor, has always been its custodian. This ensures that every document stamped with the seal complies with the law, acting as crucial check on executive power. Moving it to the head of public service, who answers directly to the president, changes the game entirely.
And we are likely, after 2027, we will discover trillions and trillions of money borrowed, purported to be borrowed on behalf of the Kenyans. We will find serious treaties that have been signed against the Kenyans' wish, and this is not acceptable.
In mid-2024, President Ruto signed a law transferring the public seal's custody to the office of the head of public service, led by Felix Koskei. This wasn't a loud announcement. It was done quietly, with little public or parliamentary scrutiny, as reported by the media. The move came amidst political turbulence, including protests and the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura defended it, saying it was anchored in law and that the Attorney General's role remains intact.
When you look at the law is very clear. This seal is under the head of public service. That is the law. It was passed recently because of the executioning. The role of the head of public service is to execute the orders of the president. That is why even my office is under the executive office of the president, chief of staff and the head of public service. Next question.
But when pressed for specifics on May 19th, 2025, Mwaura struggled to name the exact legislation, leading many to question the government's transparency.
So, Dr. that is to say the AG doesn't hold the government seal
The
anymore.
new law is that the head of public service is the one who has the public seal.
But was it communicated to Kenyans? Are the citizens aware that the government seal left the AG's office to head of public service?
Ronnie Reagan, that is a process that went through Parliament. The law was passed. There was public participation.
When was that?
Sometimes last year. So let us maintain that way. You can confirm with the Hansard. You can confirm with the proceedings of public participation. And there's nothing wrong with that, for your information.
So what happens to AG?
So therefore, the AG remains with his powers as the principal legal advisor of the president. But the seal of the president, of the government, is within the executive office of the president. Let's go to the next question.
Why would Ruto do this? The government hasn't given a clear reason, but several theories have emerged. Some speculate it's about centralizing power. The head of public service operates under the president's direct control, unlike the Attorney General, who is bound by constitutional independence. Several reports suggest tensions with former Attorney General Justin Muturi, who was replaced by Dorcas Oduor in July 2024, may have played a role. Attorney General was able to know and name almost every kind of deal that the head of state or the government was dealing with after his ouster. This might have sent panic to the government. Others argue it's about streamlining government processes, but this lacks official backing. Critics, including Rarieda MP Otiende Amolo, call it a calculated move to bypass legal checks and fast-track executive decisions. The dangers are serious. First, the transfer may violate the Constitution. Article 156 sub-article 4A clearly states the Attorney General is the public seal's custodian. Otiende Amolo, a respected lawyer and MP, called it unconstitutional on May 21, 2025, warning of a power grab. The Public Service Commission opposed the move in February 2024, with the legal advisor Jacqueline Monami arguing that the seal's integrity could be compromised under an office lacking legal oversight. This risks unchecked executive power, potentially allowing controversial deals or decisions to be sealed without scrutiny, as feared by many Kenyans. The Attorney General's job is to ensure government actions are legal. By moving the public seal, the Attorney General's ability to vet documents is weakened, reducing the office to a ceremonial role. This could set a precedent for further eroding the AG's powers, dismantling a key pillar of Kenya's checks and balances. The Constitution emphasizes shared governance under Article 2A, but this move centralizes authority in the presidency, raising fears of executive overreach at a time when public trust is already shaky. Kenyans are not staying silent. Many have called the transfer legal chaos and a threat to democracy. The PSC has warned it could erode public trust, and opposition leaders like Otiende Amolo predict legal challenges that could question the validity of sealed documents. This could disrupt government functions and even affect Kenya's international standing if treaties are contested. Amid protests and economic struggles, this move risks fueling further unrest and deepening political divisions. So what's next? Without clear justification from Ruto's government, the controversy over the public seal is unlikely to fade. Legal battles may loom, and public trust hangs in the balance. For Kenyans, this is a moment to demand transparency and accountability. Will the courts step in? Will the government reverse course? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: Kenya's democracy is at a crossroads. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button and share this video with fellow Kenyans. Let's keep the conversation going about our nation's future. What are your thoughts on the public seal transfer? Drop them in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates on Kenya's political trends. Asanteni sana, and see you next time. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Bushabi Jr.